We all don't know when it's going to be our time to go home. It don't matter how much money you make. Don't matter how famous you are. It doesn't matter how prestige you are. It doesn't matter how good looking you are. It doesn't matter how fit you are. It doesn't matter how educated you are. It doesn't matter how awarded you are. It doesn't matter at all to know when your time is up, your expiration date. And for that matter, my importance is for my legacy to be remembered. What I've been thinking about lately, or what's been on my mind, or what I've been healing and acknowledging is, how do I want to be remembered? Look at spirit, okay? Look at spirit. I wish I could turn this around. Look at it. Look at that. Just talking. Okay, so how I want to be remembered is, I don't want to be remembered if I died today. Everything that's on social media or online or whatever the case may be will be the last of me, will be evidence, proof that I was here. And how I want to be remembered is not to have any deep prints or butt shots or any flagrant ideas or fragrant language out there, or any of that nonsense that's popular or getting people's attention these days. And no offense to them, but that's just not me. I want to leave this earthly plane, in this season once again, knowing that I did a job well done, that I've done my part in my healing for my ancestral lineage, for my mama and my daddy, for my son, for myself. I want to leave a legacy where healing can continue. I want to leave the imprint of an evolution, of a test and a testimony, of multiple deaths and rebirths, knowing that you can be the student and the teacher at all times, knowing that nothing is impossible. It's all about changing your mindset. I want to be evidence of that. I want to be proof of that. I want my proof to be the pudding. I want my proof to be the pudding. And not just for me, but for anyone who feels like they cannot get to where they are meant to be. Knowing that there's risks. And with risks, if you follow the divine, you shall be rewarded. If you follow your heart, you shall be rewarded. If you follow what's on your spirit, you shall be rewarded. Evolution. I want to be remembered for evolution, for revolution, for trust and honesty, for being my truest, authentic self in all facets of my life. I want to be remembered on what I've been called to do. That's what I always wanted to know. 333, here we go. That's what I always wanted to know, is what I was born to do. What is my purpose? What is my passion? Who am I? Before I used to chase the dollar. I was all about the dollar. I was working overtime all the time, always at work. Always at work. Missing opportunities to build relationships, or forgetting about myself because I was so in getting on the money. So I was using my job at that time as an excuse to not to get to know me, not to really dig into myself, not to invest in myself. I was running away from myself, but knowing I was yearning to know myself, yearning to hug myself, yearning for that peace that I know only I can give me. But it took me some time. I had to sit down with spirit. I had to sit down with myself. I had to look myself in the mirror. I had to force myself to love myself. And I couldn't depend on anybody but myself to bring me peace, to bring me joy, to bring me prosperity, to bring me the answers that was always inside of me. I had to go through that process. I had to go through that initiation. I had to go through that dark night of the soul. I had to go through all of that. I had to go through shadow work. I had to go through inner child work. I had to go through ancestral work. I had to go through past life work. I had to do all of that. There's no way around it. No way around it. And the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. If I die right now, I know I did a job well done. Because I know I only follow spirit. And I do what spirit tells me to do. So that's why I live in the moment. And that's the legacy. That's what I want to leave behind. That's the videos I want to leave behind. I want to leave motivation. I want to leave encouragement. I want to leave enlightenment. I want to leave education. I definitely want to leave entertainment, you know? I want you to know that you can smile through the pain. That's true alchemy. There's nothing wrong there's nothing wrong with acknowledging your emotions wherever you are in your life, because energy is in motion. But to stay there, you're doing yourself a disservice. For you to equate somebody else to determine your happiness, are you really living? Are you continuing to allow someone else to determine where you're going? Are you really willing to be by yourself? The Spirit told you right now that you cannot be with anyone, but you should have everything you ever desire. Would you be okay with that? The Spirit told you that there is no one coming to save you. There's no one to make you happy other than yourself. Would you be all right with that? Would you be okay with that? Would you survive? Or would you thrive off of that? What's the legacy you want to leave behind? If you died today, what would be written on your obituary? What would be your eulogy to your own death? How would you want to die? How would you want to be remembered? So the proof is in the pudding. And what type of pudding are you making? Takeoff's departure should have really shown up. But as it always does with rappers or whatever the case may be, that money doesn't determine anything. You can't escape death. It don't matter how pretty you are. It doesn't matter how knowledgeable you are. It doesn't matter what type of advancements and everything that you are. You have to get right with yourself. The opportunity to get right with yourself and to do better and to seek better. What type of legacy do you want to leave behind? What type of love do you want to leave behind? Because with legacy anchors in love. Love conquers all. With hope, charity, and what they say, and faith, love conquers all. So if love conquers all and anchors all, what type of love are you leaving behind? Is that dependent on someone else? Is it dependent on spirit? And I'm not judging. I'm asking you questions to make you think. The opportunity to think is here. What type of legacy, what type of love do you want to leave behind? Do you want to leave a confusing one? Do you want to leave an agonizing one? Do you want to leave a chaotic one? Or do you want to leave a justified, divine-filled, spiritually driven, lovingly passionate kind of love behind, where you don't have to say anything, but it emanates from you, it illuminates from you, your spirit illuminates from you, the evolution, the revolution, the healing, the insight, the passion, your purpose. You get what I'm saying? What type of legacy are you wanting to leave behind if you died today? So make sure you follow me on all social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, Clubhouse, and all of that by the Gypsy Hierophant. But I'm Daquan, Day, D. And who am I to you? That's for you to figure out. But let me give you some options, all right? I could either be your brother from another mother, your cousin from down the way, or your friend until the end, y'all. But I'm here to open your mind. I'm not here to change it. What type of legacy do you want to leave behind?